Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Remember, revision is going on for the first chapter, the world population, distribution, density, and growth of your NCERT textbook, Fundamentals of Human Geography. Last time we discussed about distribution and density of the world population. Today we shall discuss about population growth. Now I shall present my screen. So population growth, you might have already learned about the meaning of population growth. Okay, so the population growth or population change refers to the change in the number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time. Okay, population growth refers to the change in the number of people of a territory. Okay, that means of a country during a specific period of time. And we know that there are two types of population growth. Okay, that means the change in the number of people may be positive, that is there may be increase in the number, or there may be decrease in the number. If there is decrease in the number, we call it negative growth. Okay, so these are the two types of growth. Remember, if there is increase in the number of population, we call it positive growth, and if there is decrease in the number, we call it negative growth. And population growth can be expressed either in terms of absolute numbers, okay, or in terms of percentage. Okay, so population growth can be expressed in terms of numbers, absolute numbers, or in terms of percentage. And the population change in an area is an important indicator of economic development, social upliftment, and the historical and the cultural background of the region. So growth indicates the economic development, social upliftment, historical and the cultural background of the country. And here we have some basic concepts of population geography. Okay, so growth meaning is given here. Growth of population, that is change of population of a particular area, okay, in a particular area between two points of time. Say for example, if we deduct the population of India of 2001 census, okay, that is 102.7 crore from the population of 2011 census, that is 121.02 crore, then we shall get the growth of population, that is 18.15 crore. So this is the actual number, that is the growth expressing in terms of absolute numbers. Okay, we call it magnitude of increase. Okay, it is also known as magnitude of increase. That is here it is expressed in terms of, the growth is expressed in terms of absolute numbers. And next we have growth rate of population. Okay, so this is the change of population expressed in percentage. So when the growth is expressed in percentage, we call it growth rate. Do you remember the formula given in your book 2, India People Economy? So in that book, okay, here growth G, okay, is equal to this is P2, okay, P2 minus P1 divided by this P1 and multiplied by 100. So this is the formula given in the book. Okay, here Z refers to the growth rate, and P2, this is the population of the current year, and P1 refers to the population of the base year, that is the previous year. So G is equal to P2 minus P1 divided by P1, that is to be divided by the population of the base year, that is previous year. Then it will be multiplied by 100. After that you will get the growth rate. This will be discussed in detail, okay, when we discuss chapter 1 of this India people economy. And so next we have this natural growth of population. So natural growth of population, okay, so this is the population increase by difference between birth and death in a particular region between 2 points of time. So natural growth is the population increase by difference between birth and death. Okay, see here formula is given here. Natural growth is equal to births minus deaths. Okay, so natural growth is equal to births minus death. That is, the natural growth is the difference between the births and the death. And next we have actual growth of population. Okay, actual growth of population here. So this is the births minus deaths plus in migration minus out migration. So in this case migration is counted. Okay, in case of natural growth it is only the difference between the birth and the death. In case of actual growth of population, this is births minus deaths plus in migration and out migration, that is coming to our country and going out of the country. So let us see one example. Okay, so here this is the formula which I have already typed. Okay, let us say births, the number of births of a country, for example, is 25. Okay, and the number of death is 10. Okay, then plus the number of this incoming migration. Okay, in migration is 10, then minus the number of out migration is 20. Okay, remember in this case birth is greater than death. Okay, and the in migration is less than the out migration. So here 25 minus 10 is what? 15. Then 10 minus 20 is minus 10. Okay, 10 minus 20 is minus 10. So after opening the bracket, so we have got 15 minus 10 equal to 5. So 5 is the actual growth of population. Okay, so 5 in our case is the actual growth of population. And next we have positive growth of population. As we learned earlier, so this happens when the birth rate is more than the death rate between 2 points of time, or when people from other countries migrate permanently to a region. Actually, positive growth, as I told you earlier, so it refers to the increase in the number of population of a country. And negative growth of population, actually if the population decreases between 2 points of time, it is known as negative growth of population. Okay, negative growth means decrease in the number of population of a country between 2 points of time. Okay, so are you clear? Any question from your side? And negative growth occurs when the birth rate falls below the death rate. When the birth rate is less than the death rate, there will be negative. Or when people migrate to the other countries. When the this out migration is more than the in migration, in that case there will be negative growth. Okay, are you clear? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Then next we have components of population change. Okay, why there have been a change in the number of people. Okay, we have three components of population change. Those are birth, death, and migration. So let us read. Okay, crude birth rate severe is expressed as the number of live births in a year, okay, per thousand of population. So crude birth rate is the number of live births in a year per thousand of population. So it is calculated as severe is equal to bi minus p multiplied by 1000. Okay, and here severe refers to crude birth rate. BI refers to live births. Okay, it refers to live births during the year, and P refers to the mid-year population. That is the middle population found in the middle of a year. So to calculate the crude birth rate, we have to divide, okay, the number of live births by the mid-year population and to be multiplied by 1000. Okay, here it is multiplying by 1000 because we are going to express in terms of thousand. Okay, it is expressed in terms of thousand, and that is why it is multiplying by 1000. If you want to express in percentage, then it may be multiplied by 100. Okay, and remember, when birth rate is greater than the death rate, then there will be growth. Okay, and here we have a map, world map, showing this birth rate. Okay, see here, it shows the distribution patterns of birth rate in the world for the year 2009. Okay, see the color codes. The darker one, okay, the darker one here shows a very high birth rate, more than 30 per thousand. So when you see the map, then see most of the African countries here, including Madagascar, then some countries in the Arabian Peninsula, okay, here, then Afghanistan. Okay, so all these countries have very high this birth rate. And next, see the color code here, and this is high one. Okay, high birth rate, 20 to 30 persons, okay, per 1000. And just see here, I think India is coming under this category, India. Then some South American countries, okay, then medium, okay, and medium. And then next we have the lowest one. So the lowest one is here, for example, here Canada, okay, and USA I think is coming under the low category. Likewise we have this Australia, okay. So in this way, these maps tells the distribution pattern of birth rates, crude birth rates in the world. Okay, next we have another important component of population change, that is death rate. Okay, death rate plays an active role in population change. Population growth occurs, okay, not only by increasing birth rate but also due to decreasing death rate. So population growth can also be due to decreasing death rate. So crude death rate is a simple method of measuring mortality of any area, how many people are dead, okay, in a year. So CDR is expressed in terms of number of deaths in a particular area per 1000 population in a particular area. Okay, so the formula is given here. CDR, crude death rate, okay, is equal to D by P multiplied by 1000. So here CDR stands for crude death rate, and D refers to the number of deaths, okay, and P refers to the estimated mid-year population of that year. Okay, estimated mid-year population, that means population found in the middle of the year. Okay, and by and large mortality rates are affected, okay, by the reasons demographic, structure, social advancement, level of its economic development. Generally, see, less developed countries have higher mortality rate, okay, have higher this death rate. That means mortality rate is related, okay, is directly related with the economic advancement of the country, or it depends on the demographic structure also. And so let us see a map again, and this map shows the distribution of death rate, okay, in the world. And here see again a very high, see the color, darkest one, okay, very high, more than 13 persons per 1000. That means 13 persons are dead for every 1000 persons. Here also see, okay, see here it is say for example some these African countries here, and here also. Yes, I told you it is also related with the this economic advancement, or it may be related with the other physical factors also. Okay, and see in some other areas, okay, in some other areas here. What about India? I think India is coming under the medium, okay, is coming, India is here, medium 7 to 9, okay, and some other European countries, okay, these are also coming under the sometimes medium, sometimes low, or sometimes very low. Okay, some European countries have very low death rates. Okay, next we have migration. Before we start migration, remember birth rate, okay, crude birth rate refers to how many children are born per 1000 person in a year, and for the death rate, how many persons are dead, okay, for every 1000 person in a year. That is known as a death rate. And next we have this migration, okay, and apart from the birth and death, there is another way by which population size changes, okay. Apart from the birth and death, another way of the changing the number of population is migration, okay, is because of migration process. And when people move from one place to another, okay, the place they move from is called the place of origin, and the place they move to is called the place of destination. Okay, just see here, we have, for example, this is a country and this is another country, and if a person is moving from this country to another country, okay, so here in this case this is country A, and here this is country B. Okay, as mentioned in your textbook, when a person, okay, move from one place to another, then the place they move from is called place origin. So in this case, A is the place of origin because he is moving out, she is moving out, and B is the place of destination. And the place of origin shows a decrease and in population, while the population increases in the place of destination. So in simple word, here in case of A, there may be decrease in the number of people, and in case of B, there will be increase in the number of population. Okay, and migration may be interpreted as a spontaneous effort to achieve a better balance between the population and resources. Okay, this is an spontaneous effort to achieve a better balance between the population and the resources. If there is less opportunity, if there is less resources in a particular region, then people generally move to the other places where the resources are rich. Okay, and here migration, okay, may be permanent. Migration may be permanent or temporary or seasonal. Okay, seasonal migration, you know, it is also known as transhumance. You will be learning in the other book. Then migration may take place from rural to rural areas, or from rural to urban areas, or from urban to urban, or urban to rural. Okay, so these are the different streams of migration. Migration may be from village to village, or from village to town, cities, or from towns to cities, or from cities to the villages. Okay, then see, here a question is here: do you realize that the same person is both an immigrant and an immigrant? The same person. As I see this diagram, okay, the same person. For example, here in this case, country A, let us suppose this is our country. Okay, this is our native, this is our motherland. And when you are moving out from your country, okay, when you are moving out from your country, you are called immigrant. Okay, you are called and the process is known as this immigration. That means you are moving out. Okay, you are moving out from your country. That means you are an immigrant in your country. And when you move into country B, okay, in that country you are called immigrant. Okay, you are called immigrant, and your process is known as immigration. Okay, your process is known as immigration. That means you are moving into country B, and your process is known as, your activity is known as immigration, and you are called immigrant. Okay, see, the same person, that means you will be an immigrant in your country A, and you will become an immigrant in country B. So that is the point mentioned here. The same person is both an immigrant and an immigrant. When you are moving out, okay, from your place, okay, moving out from your place, that means you are an immigrant, and your process is called immigration. And when you move into a new country, okay, your process is called immigration, and you are called immigrant. So in this way, the same person becomes both an immigrant and an immigrant. Okay, and people migrate. Why do people migrate? Is one signpost question is also here. Why do people migrate? Can you think of reason why people migrate? So people migrate for better economic and social life. We migrate for better economic and social life. And there are two sets of factors that influence a migration. Okay, those are push factors and the pull factors. So what are the push factors? Push factors make the place of origin seem less attractive, okay, for reasons like unemployment, then poor living condition, political turmoil, unpleasant climate, natural disasters, okay, like cyclones, floods, okay, landslide, then epidemics, and socioeconomic backwardness. So because of these bad factors, people tend to move away from their place, okay, and these are known as push factors, because these factors push out people from that particular region, okay. That means these are less attractive factors. And next we have pull factors. Pull factors make the place of destination more attractive than the place of origin for reasons like better job opportunities, then better living condition, peace and stability, security of life and property, pleasant climate, okay. So these are some of the pull factors, and because of these good factors, people will be pulled towards that particular region, okay. So what are the important the pull factors? See given here: better job opportunities, then better living condition, peace and stability. If there is a communal class in a particular place, then that is a push factor, okay. Because of the class, people will be moving out from that village and will try to find a place having peace and stability, having security of life and property, and having pleasant climate, okay. Just see, let us say this is a country with many problems. Let us say here we have this civil war, okay, then very harsh climate and less opportunities, less resources, okay. And all these, because of all these factors, people will move away from this country to another country offering lots of opportunities like this comfortable climate, pleasant climate, okay, job opportunities, then other facilities, civic amenities, then peace and stability, what we call pull factors, okay. And because of this push factor, because of push factor, people will move, okay, out of the country, and because of the pull factor, people will be pulling towards this country, okay. And because of this, people are migrating. Let us see one this map showing migration, okay. See here, this is net migration in the year 2005 to 2010, okay. And here the red color shows, okay, negative, means decrease, and see here these circle areas, okay. These areas, the red in circle areas represent major emigration areas, and the green in circle areas, okay, shows the major in-migration areas. That means from the red in circle areas, people are moving to the green ones, okay, this way. And these arrows, all the arrows shows the migration flows. That means people from India are migrating towards European countries here, and here in USA and Canada also many people are moving. Just see, okay, here from the Central American countries also people are moving towards these USA and Canada. That means okay, here, as I told you, So these are the major emigration areas. That means people are moving out. Okay, people are moving out, and these are people are moving into major in migration areas. Okay, move into. So here also see some South Asian countries are moving towards Australia. Okay, just see. So in this way, because of this migration, there will be redistribution of world population. Okay, so are you clear? Any question from your side?
No, sir.
Okay, then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.